Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, please like, please share, and please subscribe. So, we are on the series of friends and we're talking about the different types of friends. And today, I'm going to talk about friends that are monitoring spirits. Now, if you've never heard the term monitoring spirits before, those are forces that are sent to simply watch you. And they can watch you in many different shapes and forms, in the forms of animals, in the forms of things. You may have a cat, a dog, whatever that just appears to you sometimes, and it's as if they're staring at you, like a person would be staring at you. It may be a toy or whatever. You may see that thing or you may have it, and it's as if you feel as if it's staring at you, as if it has some kind of energy. You may not be able to comprehend it, but stuff like that. And sometimes they come in the form of people, and these people can be anybody: your friends, your family members, your parents, anybody. They were sent to monitor you. But today we're talking about the friends. So when you have friends that are like monitoring spirits, they will be in your life for years, just like all the other types of friends that we've spoken about, right? But they are there to watch you. They are there to keep up with you. They are there to follow up on what you are doing. And there are so many ways in which they'll demonstrate this. You can look back in your friend listing and you may realize that you have these one or two friends that they know everything about you. But when you really look at it, you know very little about them. And I'm telling you that you can be friends with these people for years. If you notice, you're always telling them things even before it happens or just as it happens. But when you look back into your conversations, you'll realize that they don't tell you anything, or they tell you enough so that you'll feel comfortable with them, or they'll tell you things after the fact. So let's say, for example, you're going to go to school and you say, hey, you know what, I'm going to start this course, so on and so forth, because you consider this person your friend, so you tell them pretty much everything or a lot of things. But when they are going to go to school, they go and then they tell you after they've completed the studies, or maybe they'll tell you after they've started that, hey, I started this course, so and so and so forth. And you're like, yeah, okay. And you think they just started it, and then they'll tell you, oh no, I started it a year ago, I started it 6 months ago. But they know your every move, and they always try to find out your every move. They're always watching you. They will call you to talk to you. Other people will call you and say, hey, what's up, and you will have a fluent conversation. But with this person, they're literally prying in every area of your business. They want to know about your kids if you have kids. They want to know about your man if you have a man. They want to know about your studies. They want to know about your job. So where are you working now? Every time you're talking to them, so where are you working now? So what are you doing now on the job? So, and they're always trying to get stuff out of you. But when you ask them the same questions, they become nonchalant or dismissive, or they kind of just try to move on from it, try to change the mode and the topic of the conversation to sway it away from them and keep it on you. But they're always checking up on you. So how is this going with your man? I remember last time we spoke, whatever, whatever, whatever. And because you consider them your friend, you just start to tell them everything. Oh, we're arguing and he's doing this and he's doing that and whatever, whatever. And my dad is this and my mom is that and the kids are this and my coworkers are whatever, whatever. And then you go on and you go on and they get all the information that they need from you. But when you look back, you have got no information from them. You don't even know what they do at work right now. And you've been friends for years. These are monitoring spirits. Those people that they are not necessarily in your life. Some of them will watch your social media pages. Some of them, you don't talk to them very often, but whenever you do talk to them, it's as if it drains you. The ones that you talk to very often, after conversating with them, it's as if you're tired. It's like, why did I tell them all these things? Because they are monitoring spirits. And if you notice, whenever you tell them a plan that you had, an idea, a situation about your spouse, it all falls apart. it falls apart, and they will celebrate when it falls apart because that was their intention. Once you tell them that goal, once you tell them that situation that's positive for you, that's going to work out for you, it falls apart because they're not going to give any positive energy to what you're saying to them. They're not going to give any positive energy to that situation that you're presenting, no matter what it is. Even if it is something that can benefit them, they'll recant from that, they'll pull back from that. You may present a business idea and it can be good for you and it can be good for them. And they'll be like, oh, well, you know what? I'm not interested in that. But then they'll go and take that business idea and try to attack it on their own, or they may try to bring it to other people and try to carry it out without you. And then you'll see the business out there and you're like, but what? What? Monitoring spirits. They're there to feed off your energy. Some of them, they'll come and they'll be like, oh, what are you, they'll ask you about your studies, for example. Let's keep that example. And when you ask them about their studies, they have nothing to say. They have nothing to say. Oh, it's hard and whatever, but I just keep going. If they need help with their assignments, they'll come to you, but you can't go to them. They're busy, they can't do it, they don't understand, they don't know anybody to help. They are monitoring spirits. So what is Kelsey doing now? What grade is she in? What's John doing now? What grade is he in? Is he doing well? His grades must be up there. And you think that they're saying this because they're offering you a compliment? No. They want you know to talk, oh yes, Kelsey's doing so and so and John is, and you just go off. And they get all the information that they need. Ask them about their kids. You ask them about their kids. Or think back on the conversations when you're checking up on their kids genuinely and watch their reaction. Because they are monitoring spirits. They're there to monitor your progress and to make sure that you don't get to that next level. They are there to energetically hold you down. And a lot of persons can tell you that the moment they cut ties with this person, with this friend, with this family member, even though we're talking about friends, as I said, it transcends to family members, to spouses, and whoever. The moment you cut ties with this person or these persons, this group, your life begins to take off because the entire time that they were there, they were only there to monitor you and to keep you down. Energetic exchange is a very serious thing, and there are people, places, and things that come to distract you from what you are actually supposed to be doing. They will watch, they will monitor, and then they are going to report it. This is spiritual now, to the altars that desire that information. So those altars, those entities from those altars know how to act to hold you back. They know that your relationship is going well because you told that monitoring spirit. So now they're going to send something to disrupt your relationship. They know that your children are doing well. So now they're going to send something to disrupt your children from doing well. Suddenly your child takes sick and all kind of foolishness, and you can't figure out like what is wrong. The doctors can't figure it out. Nobody can figure it out. That's what monitoring spirits do. They won't necessarily do anything to you, but remember, they are monitoring you to report it to a higher entity so that entity can know what and how to attack you. This is all spiritual. And you have to know how to pray. You have to know how to fast. You have to know how to get into the realm of the spirit to cancel these things. Unfortunately, a lot of us didn't know these things, and a lot of us still don't know these things. Some of us are learning. It's a part of our journey because if you're going to be doing anything physical, of course, you're going to have to understand the spiritual realm as well because things happen there before they happen here. And that's why a lot of times when you see things happen, you're like, oh my God, I only told this person about that. Or why would he say that? Why would she say that? Because they're monitoring you. And monitoring spirits in the form of people, it can be extremely dangerous because you don't know. This friend is in your life forever. You consider them your ride or die, and you have their back, and you think that they have your back, but they don't. They're not jealous of you. They don't hate you. None of that. They are just there to monitor you. Sometimes they aren't even aware that's their purpose. You try to get away from the friendship. You may try to cut off the friendship, but they just keep coming back. They just keep coming back. They just keep coming back. And you're like, go home, Roger. And they keep coming back because that's what they are there for, to monitor you. No matter, you could say, you know what, I'm just not going to talk to this person, and you will block them and you will not talk to them, and they will call and text and call and text and visit until you begin to talk to them again. Or you get real angry and just be like, you know what, forget you. Some people end up becoming resentful because they don't know how to cut off these persons, and they're trying to cut them off, and they just keep sticking onto you like glue because their purpose is to monitor you so that they can have something to report. It's going to be up to you to cut them off physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and financially. These persons will help you. They will do whatever for you just to ensure that they can remain in your life to monitor you. Some are there to monitor you to a point. So they'll drop off. They'll drop out of your life. Oh, when you get to 13, they'll drop off. You get to 20, they'll drop off. You get to 30, they'll drop off because they were only there for a time. And then there are those that are there throughout your entire years. You have to be able to recognize these things. You have to understand that you are on a journey, and in your level up journey, it's not just physical. It's not going to be just material. Every time you go on a job, you encounter the exact same situation every single time, or you're on a job forever and you just keep encountering the exact same situation every single year. You're always getting into trouble. You're always late. Even when you're early, they're still going to say you're late. Even though you're the best in the company, there's always going to be somebody that is going to try to hold you down. And they know exactly what to do and how to hold you down. Why? Monitoring spirits. That coworker that is always in your face, always checking up on your affairs, always checking up on your activities. And they say that they're your friend because, hey, I've been here for 5 years, I've been here for 10 years. This person has been my friend from day one. They are not your friend. They are monitoring spirits. How does HR know exactly what you're doing and what you're not doing? How does HR know these things? They're not there looking at you. How is it that your manager can say certain things to you that they're not privy to? Monitoring spirits. And they don't care. And you'll know because if you get fired tomorrow, or if you should leave the job tomorrow, guess what? Suddenly, you and that person, or you and those persons, are no longer friends. You're calling them, hey, how you doing? Whatever, whatever. Look at if they call you. They'll call you maybe day one, day two. They're not going to call you day three. They're not going to call you in another week or two because now their purpose is over in your life. They were there to monitor you on the job. Whether to cause you to get fired, whether to keep you in trouble, to keep you frustrated, whatever the case may be. You'll notice the patterns once you begin to study yourself and you begin to learn and you begin to level up. You will notice these patterns and you're going to be like, oh my God. Because they are there to monitor you, to keep you where you are or to keep you down. So you never excel. You are the best candidate to become a manager, but you cannot become a manager because this monitoring spirit is there monitoring you, reporting to these evil altars. And once they report to these evil altars, they know how to attack you on the job. And so you don't get that promotion. You don't get that opportunity to go back to school. The engagement falls apart. It's because of this friend that is monitoring you, and the enemy is using them to keep an eye on you. How dare you try to progress? How dare you try to shift your paradigms? How dare you try to break generational curses? How dare you? So you just have to be aware of these things, okay? Keep on your level up journey, keep encouraged, keep prayed up. Just settle and focus and continue to rise and become the best version of yourself, all right? And remember, like, share, and subscribe.